Welcome to the Oakley Podcast, Trucking Business and Family. My name is Jeremy Kellett, Director of Recruiting here at Oakley Trucking, and I'm your host for this podcast. On this episode, this is one I've been waiting for quite a while. We are sitting down with these guys from Boss Truck Shops, which is our new sponsor. We announced that a couple weeks ago. These guys came up last night. We sat down. We had a good dinner. We had a great talk, got to know each other a little bit better. And it makes me look forward to them being our sponsor, and for our owner-operators especially, that is going to have even better access and discounts to all these locations at Boss Truck Shops. And it's going to be a great episode. Looking forward to it. But first, hey, as always, speaking of sponsors, I want you guys to give me some feedback on sponsors that you're using. Keith at Aero Truck Sales. I mean, it seems like every week we have somebody in here that's bought a truck from Keith, and that works out great. And the reason that we have always said is use these sponsors or recommend them, and just like Keith, is because of the service after the sale. That's what makes the difference with everybody. So, and that's the same thing with Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer just down the road here. These guys do a fantastic job because they take care of our owner-operators after the business is done too. So I always guarantee their stuff. So it's really good. And that's what you're going to learn about Boss Truck Shops. We're fixing to get to know them. We're fixing to get to know their history. We're going to know about their locations. We're going to know about the discounts, and we're going to learn about them, because when you put a face to it, to the name, it really makes it different. You learn about them and who's actually running the place and running these locations, and who cares about the owner operator. And that's the two guys I got here, man. I got Jeff Porter and Mitch James. I appreciate you guys joining me on the podcast. Looking forward. I've been looking forward to this for a while to get you guys in here.
So have I.
We've had Jeff in the past, been on a couple times. It's been a long time ago, but he's been with us. So this is Mitch's first time. I've met Mitch through Zoom a couple times. We had some meetings getting all this together, but finally got to meet you in person last night. And I have to say, for our listeners out there, if you're just listening going down the road, that's great. When you get stopped, you got to go to YouTube and check out Mitch's beard. It is how long have you been working on that, Mitch?
To the veterans out there, this is my 214 beard, so I've been doing it since 2005. But I'll shave it off. I've got a big Halloween thing coming up with the grandkids, and we're going to do pirates. So after that, I'll shave it off and start over. So
oh, really?
I will. I'll take it down to a goatee and then start over.
All right. Impressive.
But yeah,
Impressive.
it's down. It's in its lesser form right now. So.
Well, it looks good. You maintain it well, man.
Thank you.
Hey, let's first, I want the listeners, you guys, just brief introduction, who you are, your family, your hobbies, and what you do at Boss Truck Shop. Let's start with you, Jeff.
Well, first I'll ask you, Jeremy, do you know what year you and I met?
It would have been at least 20 years ago.
Yeah, it was 2011. Yeah, not quite that. But anyway, I was thinking about that last night in the hotel. So we've got a pretty good past, and we've always enjoyed working together. So Jeff Porter's my name. I'm the regional fleet sales manager with Boss Truck Shops for the Southwest. I live outside of the Waco, Texas area. I'm married to my wonderful wife, Bryn, and I got to say I married into being a grandpa, so I didn't have to go through all the pain and heartache, and I kind of inherited that, so I'm truly blessed.
Nice.
So, so I'm happy to be here.
What do you and Brian do on your off time?
Well, we're dedicated to spending all of our money. We don't want to retire into horses, so we save no money, but we have a really good time. So we like to play with those. I like to do some team roping. Don't get to do a lot of it anymore, and my wife likes to do barrel racing. So that is our life.
That is good.
It's pretty simple. Yeah.
Good. And you're middle of building a house.
We're in the middle. We're actually having an Amish-built cabin that'll be here hopefully in about 4 weeks. So we're really excited about that.
Well, good. All right, Mitch, how about you?
Mitch James. I currently live in a small town in upstate South Carolina, Liberty, South Carolina. I'm about halfway between Charlotte and Atlanta. just outside of Clemson. If there's any Clemson Tiger fans out there, I'm sorry. But yeah, I've been married to Kathy for 38 years. Wow. I met Kathy on my first duty assignment, fell in love with her, got married, started having babies. And I have 3 children. They're all grown. My oldest is 37 and my youngest is 27. And I have 5 grandkids and a 6th one on the way.
Nice.
It'll be here in March. I'll be a little girl. I'm looking forward to getting to buy some frilly britches and that kind of stuff. That'll be a lot of fun. Excited about that. Hobbies, I really enjoy antique tractors. I've got a couple of old tractors that I piddle with. I've got a 1941 Alice Chalmers B model and a 1947 McCormick Deering Cub that I've restored, my dad and I.
Nice.
So I do that. I love baseball cards. I got baseball cards. Part of my collection goes back to 1957. I was lucky. My mom didn't throw mine away when she found them in a shoebox in the closet. She kept them for me.
You sure were.
I built on that over the years, and it's really interesting. I'm sure that as soon as I'm gone, my kids will sell them and buy a new Corvette. They don't have the same passion for them that I have. So, but that's it. I retired out of the Air Force in 2005. I did 21 years there. Went to work, taught high school for a little while. The kids are absolutely great. I love the children. The kids, I taught sophomores through seniors. It's the parents that are the issue. The parents got me out of teaching. But I chased a paycheck. We talked about this last night at dinner and got into some things and then wound up at Michelin. I did that for a while. Enjoyed that. Enjoyed getting to meet the fleet customers, the folks, that purchased the tires. I got with Boss Truck Shop, and it has absolutely been incredible. My time at Boss, I've been there 7 years. I'm the sales manager now. I have a group of folks like Jeff who are all over the country in different places, and we get out and we meet our fleet customers and we meet our owner-operator groups. A big part of our business are the owner-operators and the small fleet guys. 51% of our business, Jeremy, is owner-operators and small fleet guys. Yeah. So we really, really, really value their business and the things that they face on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah. Well, and when that's a half of your business, you better focus on it.
Exactly.
Boss Truck Shops provides experienced truck and tire repair services at the highest standards in the industry. With more than 70 years of service to the trucking industry, you can trust Boss Truck Shops to meet all your needs and get you back on the road. With 44 locations in 23 states and growing, Boss Truck Shops is one of America's largest service center chains, reaching across the country from east to west and north to south. As a fourth-generation family-owned business, they understand the importance of relationships just like Oakley does. That's why we trust their people to take care of ours. So next time your truck needs serviced while you're on the road, visit Boss Truck Shop and let them know that you heard it here on the Oakley Podcast.
Now, Boss Truck Shop, I've got to know more and more, of course, since Jeff's been there and we stay in contact. But, what really attracted me to you guys and was the fourth generation privately owned company. And I started doing a little research on that, and I mean, it goes back to Bosselman when they started it way long time ago, with a truck stop. I mean, give our listeners a little bit of the history up to now, kind of.
Absolutely. 1948, just 3 years after the end of World War II, Fred Bosselman, the founder of our company, he was a farmer. And he was also, when it wasn't growing season or planting season, he was a driver. He drove a truck.
Okay.
And he understood, or he discovered the need for quality mechanical service, and then just driver comfort issues. So he opened a small shop, and he had a mechanic. I want to say the mechanic was his brother-in-law, and the first shop was Bosselman and Eaton, and that provided meals, sold meals to the drivers and stuff. And then as they grew, that location, he bought a piece of land out near where Interstate 80 was going to go. He had the foresight to say, hey, this may be an opportunity. So he bought a piece of property, and that location has grown into our largest location, the Boss Truck Shop location there in Grand Island, Nebraska.
The original one is the biggest one.
You might say the second one.
The second one, yeah.
The second one has grown
where
into
he bought
the
the property out by the
Absolutely.
I-80. I got you.
Absolutely. We have a shop there. There's a very large travel center, several restaurants, fuel island. It's really grown. You might say it's the crown jewel of our locations.
And the headquarters
Grand Island is where we're located. Is where our headquarters are at.
Okay.
It's there in the center of town, pretty much. And it's a wonderful facility. The Bosselman family has really done a good job with staying modern and staying focused on our mission and our business. Not only do we do Boss Truck Shops, we have a hotel division. We have fuel.
Really?
We have fuel sales division. We have gaming. There's a lot of things to Bosselman Enterprises.
Pump pantry.
Yep. A lot of stuff there. Restaurants, like I said, hospitality. We do a lot of different stuff. But my focus is Boss Truck Shops, and we do. We've grown into 44 locations in 24 states. We do have. You might say, we lack locations in the Southeast, and that is really, really where we are focusing our expansion, growth. Attention. We're really looking at that. We've got a location in Fort Myers, Florida, and then we've got a location in Kenly, North Carolina. I guess you could say those are probably the only two southeastern locations we have. But we are looking in different areas, metropolitan areas in the Southeast, and that is really over our next 4 to 5 years. The expansion into that area is
because your step into more locations. We talked a little bit about that last night. Was when you bought the Flying J shops.
And it's a benefit to both of us. We benefit from the fuel and the food draw, and then they benefit from having a truck shop, a mechanical shop on their yard. We initially, when we went with Pilot Flying J, we leased those locations, and then we have gone back over time and we have purchased those properties. So they are ours now, and so.
Just another stepping stone
exactly
to get to where you're expanding now to other areas.
Right, exactly. So, it's given us an opportunity to continue to grow. On our most recent shop, we just opened a shop here in West Memphis, not very far from you here.
Great location.
Great location. It's right there where 55 and 40 cross. Probably one of the busiest intersections in this country. We've opened a shop there in West Memphis. It's very, very well managed. We've got some great guys there, some great techs, great gals.
Is it taking off pretty good?
It is. We got a really good team there.
Yeah. That's good.
It's done real well to start.
You guys do a lot of different things that I didn't realize, just looking at all the different services that you offer. And I keep looking at that list going, man, they do. I didn't realize they did this much. And I don't know, of course, I'm not out on the road. And what do you think the truck drivers think you're known for?
So we have a motto that is, we want to be where dealer services meet over-road needs, okay? The customers that use us day in and day out, if you talk to them, whether they're an owner-operator, work for one of the largest fleets in the U.S., they're going to tell you they love our consistency, okay? And what I mean by that is, with Boss Truck Shops, we have the ability to do anything from a tire repair to a full PM, okay, D.O.T. inspections, and then also the repairs, okay. We're not going to do a lot of warranty work, but for the fleets have older equipment, and they need an effective way to get in there and get help without going into a dealership. We can do brakes, U-joints, transmissions. We've done those, turbos, injectors, lots of stuff like that. But the reason people keep coming back to us day in and day out, a lot has to do with, road breakdown services. So again, much different than a lot of our competition out there. You can call us and get a tech that can do a tire, a mud flap, but he can also do a J-Pro diagnostic on a truck. He can do an ABS, airbag. When you call a technician out, you don't know what's going to be needed on that truck. And so we have a full capability to do that. And I think that's what people like, is being able to roll in there and get extensive work done at a very competitive price. I don't have to go into a dealership and be down for 5 or 10 days, and that's what's really cool about partnering with Oakley is, we have a great package to bring these drivers who have never used us. Somebody that's reliable, competitive, and could do a lot of things out on the road.
Mm-hmm. I think another thing too, Jeremy, is the relationships we build with these guys. We get a lot of repeat customers. They're local customers. Your local owner operator guy or small fleet will come in and he'll establish a relationship with the general manager or the service advisor, and I think there's a trust there that we try to build. With these drivers.
They crave a good shop.
Yep.
I mean, just like me and you do on a personal vehicle.
Yep.
And when I find one and I've got one. And Jeff Mays takes care of all my vehicles, and I don't have. It's a relief.
That's right.
That I know I can take it to him and it'd be done right. And these guys are looking for the same thing.
Absolutely. And they want something that they can go in there as reliable, and they know they're not going to be charged through the moon. And
is that what sets you apart, you think, from your competition?
It is one of the clear advantages in our world.
What do you think, Mitch?
Well, and I think too that there's not as many layers to our problem resolutions or things like that. If a driver has an issue, he reaches out to us and we resolve that. Typically we can resolve that in 24, 48 hours. There's not a lot of layers of, hey, I can fix that, and you take care of it for them. And I think we do that very well. I really do. And then again, just they come in, they know we try to know them.
Right.
They come in, and if they're repeat customers, we try to remember their name, or they'll remember our name. And I'll go to the Mid-American Truck Show a lot of times, and there's one gentleman, he comes up to me every time, and he hugs my neck. He remembers my name.
Oh yeah.
He'll see me. We'll bump shoulders somewhere, and he'll hug my neck and remember my name. And him and I'll have a long discussion about, is he good? How's his family? Is he safe? Yeah. And that kind of stuff. And you try to have that with all these guys. You really do. Yeah. And gals. I'm going to say gals too. Yeah. There's a lot of young ladies on the road right now. Do a fantastic job.
At Aero Truck Sales in Springfield, Missouri, they take the hassle out of buying and selling semi-trucks. No matter the manufacturer, the style of cab, or the type of engine under the hood, they can make you a fair offer on your semi-truck with no games or gimmicks. They carry trucks from all the major manufacturers in the trucking industry and perform a thorough inspection of every truck on their lot to ensure safety and quality and give you confidence that you're getting a reliable truck that will last you for years at a price that you can afford. Aero has partnered with Oakley Trucking and the Oakley Podcast for years and are proud to provide our owner-operators with trucks that meet Oakley's qualifications and each owner-operator's specific needs. So whether you're a first-time owner-operator or just looking for a change of scenery, give Keith Wilson a call at 573-216-6047 and let them know you heard it here on the Oakley Podcast.
Let's switch gears real quick on. We briefly touched it last night, but technicians.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we all know that's a challenge. We were talking about last night about how we're kind of in a similar situation where we're trying to find good owner-operators, and it's a challenge, and you're trying to find good technicians.
It is.
And it's a challenge and what you have to do. But, I mean, you really got – you got to have some good ones to have just like us, we got great owner-operators, so we got a great reputation.
Yep.
You've got to have good technicians working on stuff and managers to have a good reputation.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep. And also, I think one other factor that a lot of people don't talk about is every shop's going to have a full range of technicians from, class 4 down, whatever, but you've got to be able to manage that, right? So you got to know what class technician to put on each job, or if you need to wait a shift or so to get one job done, and that's really important. In other words, a lot of road vendors, you just get a guy out on the road, and next thing you know, he's just in above his head, and you turn it down. It just creates a really bad experience back to the customer.
Yeah, I bet the guys in the roadside service, you really got to have some confidence in them, because they can run into who knows what.
That's absolutely right.
In the middle of the night in a driving rainstorm.
Right.
And I think just like our just like everyone else, we're all struggling with that tech now. That's why we've kind of focused on retention. You get them in, you train them up. They develop into really good technicians, and then you want to hold on to those guys. You really do. So that's been one of our focus this year is retention, and I think we're doing a pretty good job of it. The numbers, we look at the numbers every other Friday, and it looks like we're doing a pretty good job.
Well, I went over to Tulsa, and I apologize, I forgot that guy's name, the mechanic.
Dylan? Oh.
No, Dylan was a manager for sure,
Yeah.
but he introduced me to one of the mechanics, and he'd been there like 25 or 30 years.
Yep.
And he was doing, like you said, he was over there with the computer and diagnostics, trying to figure all that out. And then
Do a lot of that.
the bay on the other side, he's changing tires.
Yep.
So you were talking about having the right man on the right job doing it. I mean, that's
right.
That's exactly what was happening over there.
Absolutely, and we've worked hard, or are working hard on training programs for those guys. You don't want to be a tire tech the whole time. You want to progress into other levels of proficiency in mechanical work. So we try to do what we can, and we use that as kind of a retention tool also, as the training. So it allows us to train up our own, build from within.
That's
and I think a lot of folks try to do that. A lot of companies try to do that.
Yeah, I think so. That's a good point that you don't hear out of many people talk about technicians is retaining them first. That's and foremost.
Most important.
Well, and that's what we've talked about this before. That our retention, Oakley Trucking retention for its owner operator starts in the recruiting process.
Yep. Absolutely.
That's where it starts, right there, on getting the right person for the right job. So y'all are. I mean, it looks like you've got a lot going on. You've got a lot of locations. I know you guys travel about every week to get the job done, and just to make this company better. I mean, I'm assuming a fourth generation company. It's got some good employees, doesn't it?
It does. We're a little over 1,200 employees right now on the Boss Truck
wow.
side. Yes, sir. And we've got, like you say, our fourth generation is in the corporate office. They work different aspects of the business. That's Kinsey and Karsten Bosselman, and they're going to do a great job for us in the future. They really are. And I mean, they're very active in the business now and all aspects of it. So I'm very comfortable. I'm very confident in Boss Truck Shops. I really am. I see a very bright future for us with expansion and leadership. I really do.
Yeah, and that's a good feeling to know that you're with a good
Absolutely.
company. I mean, it feels good to know you're at a good, solid company.
And while we're on that subject, being a sales guy, I mean, any company, any position you do, you're going to have issues or fire, right? But if you look at what problems come up day in and day out, it's so minimal when you look at the grand scheme of things,
Yeah.
So,
What? Let's get down to Oakley owner operators.
Yeah.
And what are you guys gonna do for them?
So, first and foremost, I think what is so important for these guys, they all need PMs, right? And so we have a very, very competitive PM package for them. And the advantage that they have is when they go into any location, it's unlike, say, a Jiffy Lube or a Quick Lube or a Speedco, something like that. You're going to have a very good level technician working on and doing that PM. So, you have somebody that's looking out for that truck for you in addition to doing oil change. He's going to see are there issues with the brake system, the tires, anything, component-wise as he's working on that truck, he's going to have the ability to do that. The other thing is when they do a PM with when they do a D.O.T. inspection with a PM, it's half price, so it gives them a great opportunity to have that truck fully checked over when they're there. Okay, so it's a super package, and then we have the ability to do any repairs. Whether it's a tire that needs fixed, or we AC, radiators, batteries. We can test your batteries. We carry Interstate branded batteries, a great line. So there's so much stuff that we can take care of for them on the road there.
We already do trailers. I mean, we've been doing business with
Yeah,
you
so
guys.
what's great for the drivers that are listening and never been to Boss Shop, there's two things to understand. We first and foremost have a company account with you guys, so they can take their trailers in and get fixed anytime out on the road, right? Tires, brakes, whatever's done. And that's 24/7. So I want to make sure everybody on here hears, hey, we're 24/7. We have our own breakdown service that is dispatched out of Grand Island. So you can call us any time of the day and get services out on the road, all right?
Wherever you're at.
That's correct.
So you call like
Yeah.
an 800 number or something?
Yes. So
Okay.
it's on the info, the marketing material we have.
Let me add to that, Jeff,
yeah.
real quick. Our call center is manned by Boss Truck Shop employees.
Yeah.
We do not source that out to a
Good
third party
point.
to do. So they have a vested interest in that call getting accomplished. So I just wanted to make that point. A lot of people are starting to source out everything.
Yeah.
And when you call Boss Truck Shop after hours, you'll get a Boss Truck Shop employee. on
And
the
then
other
they
end.
just direct
They will direct the
whatever part of the country you're in, they'll find the closest.
Exactly. And there's a 1-800 number, but if they call at the shop after the shop is closed,
I'm going to give them the number.
then it will roll over to the call center in Grand Island, and then Grand Island will call the tech on duty and dispatch them to your
Do you have to, if they're not in a location where you have something, do you call a third party
No, not at this time.
service to
we
go out?
don't.
Okay.
Not
It's
this-
going to be a Boss Truck Shop.
It'll be a Boss Truck Shop tech
Coming
that
out
comes
there. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So just for fun,
Yeah.
we're gonna blare this number out. It's 1-888-595-2677. So that's our 24/7 number.
We'll
that
put
they
it
can
up on the
stop
screen too.
and write down. Yeah. So, so you got in addition to the 24/7, I think, and I'll share this with the crowd as well, that we do a lot of on-site, which is scheduled maintenance, but we have the ability to work with fleets to do that. So, not just on the road, but if they're regularly in an area or they have trailers that are needing looked at, maybe have an owner up that has, 2 or 3 trucks running, maybe he does, right? Or if Oakley has 5 or 10 trailers in an area where we have a shop, we can do scheduled maintenance there too. So,
Just like in Tulsa.
yeah, absolutely.
Could come
So-
out to our facility and, I bet
That's
Justin doesn't even know that y'all could
Yep.
come out to our facility
Absolutely.
and fix our trailers.
It's a big, and from what I've seen, you guys have been really active in Tulsa. You've been active in Ardmore. You've been active in Weatherford, Texas, and then
So
somewhere
let's
in
ask the listeners what we were
Yeah.
talking about last night that you's mad about. Do you remember what you was mad about last night? Was at dinner? Well, you might not want to say it.
He's
'cause
mad
probably
about a
not-
lot of stuff.
'cause you were mad because
Oh,
you couldn't
yeah.
you couldn't get them into the Dallas
listeners,
location.
I know your drivers go through Dallas, Texas, and look, if you want to go on westward to Weatherford, Texas, I get it. But I want you to know we've got a great location right there on I-20 as you come into Dallas off 45, and I've never seen them use it, but I know back in the day.
Well,
they were-
when they hear this, they're fixing to tell you
Yeah,
why. So we'll get some
absolutely.
comments.
Yeah,
or
there
we'll
you
get
go.
some phone calls of why our owner
So-
operators don't use the location in Dallas.
So, I'll finish out what you were after a few minutes ago.
Okay.
So we got the company fleet, but then we have the owner up fleet, right? So and you have your account number. So as long as your driver has that account number, what that does, that gives them their pricing to bill out, even though it's a cash transaction off that account number. So we've given them very, very competitive PM pricing, and that's on any oil we have. So they can take advantage of our house brand Boss 1030. Very, very attractive pricing, has all the engine approvals out there. Or they can opt to say, hey, I want a name brand, Shell Mobidella, okay? Additionally, with the PM discounts, they get the labor discounts. So we have a special in-shop rate, we have a special ERS rate, day and evening, special mileage rate for Oakley Trucking drivers that they would not get being a part of you. So what we've tried to do is give that owner-operator some really good buying power out there to be competitive and take advantage of our services.
And I'd add on the PM that it is an all-inclusive price. So when they come in, that includes the labor, the oil, the filters, the disposal. All that is included. Everything but sales tax is included in that price.
Will the price vary per location, maybe?
No. We have standardized Oakley pricing throughout our entire network. You'll pay the same in Tulsa, Oklahoma that you would pay in Kellett, North Carolina.
Right, okay.
And we've done that. We've standardized that for you guys. It just makes sense to do that. So we've done that, and like Jeff said, we've set up special labor rates for them. Yeah. If they've been putting off, a shock absorber or something like that, we've adjusted their labor rates so that. And
we just got it, which I've already sent them out. I've emailed all you owner operators that account number if they don't know it, but we'll do it again, and pretty regularly we'll get it out to them so they know exactly what it is.
And I don't want to forget DOTs. We've talked with you guys. We've gotten your blessing to be a DOT vendor. We are very credible in what we do, so we're approved for you guys to do that. So if you need a DOT vendor, I think you're going to find us very competitive. And the advantage is, if we find something that fails, we can fix it right there normally. So,
which brings me to my next, which is the biggest topic.
Okay.
Service after the sale.
Yep.
That is what the owner-operator needs.
Absolutely.
That's what happens with our sponsors. And because you know as well as I do, that's not real easy to get good service after the sale. When something goes wrong, I'm sorry, sir, that's on you. We didn't do anything, that kind of stuff. And I've always said, when you have a problem, well, if somebody has a problem with Oakley Trucking, it's an opportunity.
Mm-hmm. It is, absolutely.
It's an opportunity to show who you are.
It is.
Yep. What kind of service do you guys do, or some examples maybe that you've run into?
Here's what I think is important about that is, let's understand all together here today that we're partnering with Oakley and their team, right? So this is I view it as a partnership. So Jeremy, you and I have had issues where we've tried to address things, billing, things like that. So they need to understand if there is a problem, number one, we can't fix what we don't know about, right? But we absolutely are 100% dedicated to, whether it was a billing issue or a service issue. Look, every vendor has them, right? But it's about response time. We don't have a department of bureaucrats that we got to fix things. So if your drivers reach out to you or somehow you can get a hold of me, let's find out what the problem was. Where did it happen? And let's take a look at it and clean it up. So we try to we're very realistic. We're very fair. We're very realistic about what we do with problems. And we understand that.
Good. Mitch, you want to add to that?
I think the thing is, your driver comes to you with an issue. He's had an issue. You reach out to Jeff, and typically Jeff will reach out to me, and we can work it really quickly. There's not a lot, like I said earlier, I think there's not a lot of layers, approval layers to get something corrected. So we can be very responsive to it, and we kind of pride ourselves on that, on doing the right thing. Taking the customers' needs and our needs also. Taking a look at that and saying, okay, what works best for both of us, And, if the blame's us, then we'll take the blame. And if the blame's you, then, we communicate that, But if it's somewhere in between, we can fix it. Yeah. We fix it. We try to do what's right by the driver. And that's how we build these long-term relationships, by taking care of these guys when they need us to.
Well, and I mean, these guys and gals, as you said earlier, but these owner-operators are – they're under pressure as it is.
Oh, absolutely.
With dealing with some of the truck emission problems, dealing with the price of trucks, dealing with the the price of labor rates at all these different places, and just getting good customer service.
Yeah.
You know, before and after. That's just what it's sad that it's come down to that.
Oh, it really
that
is.
we're just craving some good customer service.
I
You
know.
know, that's pretty bad because you got great customer service.
Crazy.
You know, I don't ever remember the day where you pull up to a gas station and they come out and pump your gas and wash your windshield. I don't know that I ever remember that. I'm maybe too young to.
I remember that, but I was a young
I did
pup.
that for a while.
You did?
When I was in the Air Force, you know, I told you we got married young and started having babies young, and you know, one striper in the Air Force didn't make a whole lot of money, so I'd work nights part time, pumping gas and washing windows and that kind of changing tires and in the garage. But that's how you make tires. That's how you made repeat customers. You know, and we try to look at that now. But it's a day gone by, and I don't know if it'll ever come back.
I know it.
I think, as an owner-operator, these dealerships can be a real struggle. They're normally working a lot of warranted trucks for maybe larger companies. Not saying that's good or bad. I'm saying that it's a struggle for them to, your wait times can be just huge, right? And if you don't have another source, look, we're not everywhere, right? But if you don't have sources like us that are reliable and we have a network, if you have a truck issue or truck worked on in one area and you can go to one of our other locations, we can address that as well, you know what I mean? So I just think we bring a lot of value to what your team needs.
Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer strives to take care of our owner-operators as quickly and accurately as possible. As a family-owned and operated company, they understand and value the importance of relationships just like we do. That is why our owner-operators continue to return to their shop for service on their trucks. From D.O.T. inspections to complete engine rebuilds, they provide all owner-operators with top-notch service. So the next time your truck needs a little TLC, give Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer a call at 501-568-2185 and let them know you heard it here on the Oakley Podcast. You touched on it a little bit earlier, Mitch, but what does the future look like for Boss Truck Shop?
Expansion. I really do. Continued quality service, expansion, coming more into the digital world. We've developed a portal, and we're rolling that out to fleets now. And I hope at some point be able to put it maybe in your department. Yeah. And I think Jeff has that on his calendar. But that's the thing, the portal, an app, website, getting our name out there. Driver programs, a location is another big thing. But that's customer service. Just continue to refine what we do well now, work on the things that we don't do well, and then bring ourselves into the future with some of the digital assets.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the feedback we're going to get from our owner operators. I tell you, they're good. When we have a sponsor, these guys show up now. They show up because they want to know that that
we had that one the other day.
Yeah, had one the other day.
Cool.
Already comment on it. So I mean, it's gonna. You're going to notice it, is what I'm trying to say. Absolutely. In certain locations.
We know that.
You're going to notice it. So, anything else you guys like to add?
No, we just we thank you for the opportunity, Jeremy, to get in front of your folks and owner operators out there. Absolutely value the partnership and the team that we're going to build here. And like I say, I would just reach out to anyone listening. If you've not tried Boss Truck Shop, I would ask you, hey, stop by, give us a try. And you may find a new home, you may find a new family. Stop by, give us a try. I don't think we'll disappoint. And I appreciate the time, guys.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys doing this. Great, man. It's good. I'm excited about the new sponsorship and what it holds in the future. So.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening to the Oakley Podcast. You guys are great. Give us some feedback. It's in your hands now. We're gonna find out what they're made of. So you guys are always good at giving good feedback. So let us know. We appreciate you, and we'll talk to you next week.